How's it going, everybody? I'm back in Fallout 4. This time I'm going to be working on the actual water purifiers for County Crossing, and so I wanted to do kind of like a boggy looking area over here. Kind of looks like uh, just some bogs or whatever, made out of some barrels and plywood and all sorts of stuff like that. So the easiest way I figured that I could do this is I put barrels across one of these nav mesh rugs, and this is mainly just to kind of give myself like one piece that I can move rather than having to move each barrel individually into that water area. So like you'll see uh there's some issues throughout this video. I use place anywhere a lot because you can't really do the pillar glitch into the water over there. And I thought about using a nav mesh rug across those so that my settlers will walk, but that's something that you can add later if you're doing something like this. So first I picked it up and I'll show you here. It really has some issues letting me pillar glitch in the water, like no matter how deep you go. And so right here I'm just trying to get the place anywhere tool to work, and all it does is pick up barrels. And what I end up doing to fix that, my place anywhere tool just disappeared. I've been having issues with that as well, as I just have my place anywhere tool will just like completely disappear. And I noticed right here that my last barrel, since I had used place anywhere on it, it was no longer technically sat where it was. So I go ahead and I try to pillar glitch this, thinking maybe it'll work this time. And that's negative. It does not work. And so hopefully you guys are kind of getting the idea of what I'm trying to do is these barrels kind of float in the water a little bit, and they've just formed walkways across them to have access to their water purifiers. And so right here, all I'm going to do is use the place anywhere tool to pick up that rug. So I'm technically doing place anywhere on that rug, and then I'm holding the items on the rug on top of those. So then I move this shack bridge over on top of these, and I get a cool looking like barrel walkway in the water. I think that looks pretty cool. And I know that it's getting dark right here. I didn't catch it till a little bit into this video, so it'll be a few minutes, like about a minute, and then it'll be fixed. But the next thing that I wanted to do is like continue that like bog structure, but back towards the land, so that they cannot just be on water the whole time. And I was trying to get plywood pieces to place off of that shack bridge. It was just really giving me some issues, so that was the best that I could get it to do. And then I went ahead and did some more out towards the water, or towards the land. And what I end up doing right here is just using place anywhere to move a barrel underneath this one, or underneath that piece of plywood, and then I turn this one sideways like it's in between those two pieces of plywood. So and I know this probably isn't the most structurally sound thing in the world, but I just try to make it look scrappy pretty much. That's all I'm trying to do. So I placed that barrel standing up a little bit out there. Was like, to me that one was just kind of stuck in the ground, not really anything to do with floating or anything like that. That one is actually stuck in the ground. So what I end up doing is placing some boards out onto it. And I've really been making a lot of use of the planks lately, because I think that they look awesome. If you can put them together the right way, I think that you can build some really cool stuff. And so you can add some really great detail to some really simple builds. So I end up putting some concrete uh, steps up to, or cinder block steps up onto this walkway. And then to add some detail, I end up putting some tires around here. I put like this tire wall on this side. Grab some more like tires, lay it right here by this entrance. Probably could have moved it a little bit farther to the left, but I think that it's alright where it is. Thought about using this tire stack, but I end up using one of the bigger ones. And see, even placing items inside of the water here is really fidgety, so eventually I got that one in. And then on the other side, I just was going to go ahead and put some fences down. I just went ahead and placed one of these angled ones that go down into the water. I didn't fence off the rest of it because it was really hard to get things to go into the water, like I've stated a couple times now. And I was going to put this piece right here because I did plan on closing it off and having that as like an entrance. But I end up changing my mind here in a second after I can't get this piece in. I don't really want to try to pillar glitch it or place anywhere or use place anywhere to get it in. I feel like chain link fences break the game pretty often when you try to place anywhere. And then on this side, I wanted to have it a little bit more interesting of something holding up the like walkway out of the water area. So I ended up using place anywhere to move a car down into the ground, lined up those little fender things on the side with the actual shack bridge, and then I kind of just built my own little bridge over the top of it. And I think that this turns out really cool looking in the end. So, and it works actually too. So if you are trying to build something that's pretty cool, building your own shack bridge with planks actually works really well. Your settlers probably won't use it, but you can, and it'll look pretty cool actually. So I'll probably be using planks in my next build a little bit to build another type of bridge, because I have an idea. I'm going to be rebuilding the house next time. And so right here I'm just kind of putting some details around the outside of the build and fencing off this area a little bit. It's kind of hard to, like I said, because the area that we're building in doesn't allow you to pillar glitch that well. Thankfully it let me pillar glitch these in a little bit. It's just like this far area kind of lets me. Also, I noticed that in this settlement especially, you can build outside of the build area quite a bit. It's actually really weird that you're able to do that, but it is very forgiving. And what I end up doing right here is just placing 2 more fences in the middle. And I wasn't trying to make it like a straight line. That's why it's kind of wonky and stuff like that. And I do end up moving this one. I move it a little bit at a different angle to kind of try to close off this area and then also make that fence a little bit closer to that other fence. And so now this is the last part of this build. I'm going to build a little defense area over here. I just add a little shack bridge with some sandbags on top, and it's not actually for a person, this defense area. It's for a turret. And so I place a sandbag on this, and then I just get another piece of plywood, put it on the side right here to kind of begin a bridge over. And on this, I decided that I just wanted to have some stairs down into the water, and I would do some on the other side too. And then what I ended up thinking about is, like, no one's going to want to walk through the water, like, regardless, especially if, like, there's, like, bridges all over the rest of the water. Why would I make them walk through the water over here? So I end up using the planks again to form a little shack bridge type of thing across the water over here. And I thought that it looked pretty cool. It's better than just having stairs that go down into the water, so people don't have to walk in the water and stuff. And then I kind of add detail to it using, and so I just move these down a little bit farther so that they're on that step, so that it's a smooth walk. And you can see it's kind of underneath that step on that other side. So to kind of hide that a little bit, if you go into the metal tab, and then all the way to the right, there's floor panels. And so what I end up doing is I pick up one of these that kind of swoops up at an angle. And you'll see right here, I don't realize what ones I'm grabbing, but I grab a few of these and I'm like, okay, I'll just place these like this. And I notice that both the ones I grab are going up at an angle like that, so it does not look very good. But I place that there like that to kind of hide those going at that angle. And then I get a smaller piece so that it doesn't necessarily hide all the wood, but you can still see it. And then right here is the finished build. So I really liked how this looks with these. I put these spikes and those concrete center blocks in separately, but I think that this turned out really well. Yeah, I just really like how this looks. Really scrappy looking, like swampy area. And they've just kind of reclaimed this area. And it is kind of separate from the main settlement, but it is still kind of important. So I had added a turret and everything like that. Very few decorations, just a couple like baskets and a fire barrel and stuff to add some lighting over here. But yeah, I just really like the way that this looks. Looks really scrappy. And these walkways work. I noticed afterwards that that little plywood on the front is kind of floating a little bit. I can add another piece of plywood or cinder blocks or something underneath it to kind of fill in that gap. But yeah, it works really well as like a walkway. And I think that these look pretty cool. You could kind of do these honestly like in the upper portion of a settlement between areas or whatever. If you have like a settlement that's kind of built taller, so there's like multiple levels to your settlement or whatever. And you can see this is kind of a vantage point over the front side of the settlement. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of this build. Let me know if there's anything that you guys would like me to build here. I'm going to be taking a shot at the house in the next video. But I'm going to be doing some more Destiny videos this week. I just finished the raid the other day, and it's going to be a while before I actually am able to do anything like that on video. But let me know if you guys would be interested in that. Let me know if you guys would be... let me know if, what you guys think of this video and this build. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.